Hey y'all, it's your girl Ray Rose, and you are now tuned in to the Miseducation of Gen Z podcast. Class is in session. Hey guys, welcome back to the Miseducation of Gen Z podcast. And today we have our very first guest, my best friend of 11 years.
That's crazy.
No, for real. I had to think about that before I said that. I was like, shit.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. My best friend of 11 years, Alexis Eleanor. Yay! How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. So, I wanted to bring you on here today to talk to you about purpose, like what that looks like, what that is, how that process is of finding it, and what that might look like for some people and what it looks like for you.
Hey, dope.
Well, first, do you want to say anything to the people, like, aside from you being my best friend, or, like, what are you into, like?
So I'm literally her polar opposite. Like, whatever she's into, I'm not always into. Like, I'm a book reader, anime watcher, and complete nerd, and she is not. I like the outdoors. She does not. So, yeah.
It's not that I don't like the outdoors.
You don't like grass.
I can't like grass. I've never liked grass because it stinks and it stains.
And I like the way it smells.
That shit stinks.
It smells good. Like, freshly cut grass on, like, a spring day. Or, like, when it's dewy outside. You see what I mean?
I don't like that smell.
I love that smell. Probably because, like, I went to camp and, like, yeah.
Even when I went to camp, I did not like that shit. I just don't like grass.
To each his own.
Do you believe that everyone in life has a purpose? And if so, do you believe that you found yours?
Yes and no. Yes, I believe, like, everyone has, like, a purpose in life. But I feel like, depending on what you've been through in your life, you kind of ignore it. So, the way I explain, like, my life story is, like, I have, like, insane willpower over, like, everything. So if I don't want to do something, I don't want to do it. Mm-hmm. So if I believe something, I believe that. But what I've seen, especially from friends that I've had throughout my life, is, like, they get so distracted by their environment that they don't realize what their actual purpose is. So they kind of just, like, are stagnant. And they feel like, oh, I have nothing in life. Like, no, you do. You have a lot. Mm-hmm. It's just, like, your environment isn't forcing you to, like, think of yourself less than. So that's why I feel like my job as a friend is to say, like, hey, you're doing a good job. Like, you have a lot going for yourself. You have a lot of potential. Mm-hmm. So I try to promote that in other people. But your environment definitely can affect how you see your purpose.
And do you think you found yours? You said no to that, right?
Yeah. I know I have a purpose, and I have a feeling I know what it is. Mm-hmm. I just don't know how to get there. So I think my purpose is to help people in some way or fashion, and the path to get to that point to help people is really difficult for me because I don't have the resources to do it. Like, I do little stuff. Can I curse? Mm-hmm. I do little shit. Like, if I see, like, a homeless person that I, like, you know, they're not, like, drugged out or anything, and they're just down on their luck, I made it a point of, like, oh, if I'm going into McDonald's when I used to eat McDonald's, and they had, like, the buy one, get one, I don't need two things. I would just buy it and give it to the person that I see every day just sitting there. Because I know that's probably your only meal today. I'll make it a point. And I'm not looking for a reward when I do that. And when I see people, like, praise me for it, I'm like, no, everyone should be doing that. Why are you praising me? So I think my purpose is to help people. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. Because it's difficult. Because, you know, money is a thing. So, yeah.
I think there's also, like, the idea of, like, oh, yeah, money's a thing. And that makes it easier to help others, obviously. Because, like you said, like, if you have the funds to buy something that would require you to also share with another person, you will. But then there's creators like, well, it's a little questionable, but there's creators that like to go out of their way to find people that they know need help.
Yeah.
And use their platform to help raise money and spread awareness of the person's problem and help them. I think that's cool. I think that's a great way to help people. But it is difficult because most of the time those people already have access to some sort of resource or support system that...
Yeah, they're already established.
Right. And then even if they're not completely established, once they have like some sort of brand for themselves, their followers will want to help as well.
Yeah.
So I get that. I kind of feel like I'm meant to help people too, but I don't know exactly how. So like I know I'm helpful, like I'm great at like working with people in general. I know that's helping people and working with people because I'm doing this, which is, you know, to bring some sense of community to our generation, but also I work with kids. And I always hear that I would be a really good teacher. I don't want to say I wouldn't be a good teacher. I just don't have the patience to manage more than 1 or 2 children at a time.
You would have to do like 25, 30.
Right now in our high school it's 40, but we went to classes with 40 kids. And really? I understand. You were barely there. Yes. But right now they're going to cut it in half, almost in half, to like 25. But I still can't manage more than... I don't see myself managing more than 2 children at once. I can't.
Yeah.
Not at where I'm at in life right now, let me say. Because I think it would be cool. I literally had a dream last night that I was a teacher to a bunch of little kids. But
that's beautiful.
It was stressful. It was mostly highlighting one badass little kid with a parent that didn't seem to give a fuck, but...
That's the case, though, for a lot of people.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And it's getting worse now, apparently.
That's because parents send their kids off to school thinking that we're supposed to...
Babysit,
discipline, watch their kid and 30 others, and still manage to teach.
Yeah.
And still grade, and still... help regulate little emotions, little people with big emotions. Like, that's not how that works.
Yeah, it's very difficult. Like, you have to have like a innate sense of emotional awareness to peep when somebody is like going through it. Especially as a teacher, you're seeing 25, 30, 40 different kids per class.
Yeah.
It's not like you're seeing the same group of kids. You're seeing them at different points of the day.
Yeah.
And then if you're emotionally like...
not there. You can't even not be emotionally not there when you have to work with kids. Like, you literally just have to suck it up.
Yeah.
And I'm still trying to figure out how to regulate my own emotions with just the people that I know and myself. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not putting myself in a space where I have to... swallow that every day and work with 40 other people.
Yeah, that's like a...
I'm not there yet. If that happens one day, then that's fine. I'm not completely opposed to it as of where I am right now. No, I do not see that happening for me. But you mentioned not having what you feel is like the necessary tools to be able to fulfill your purpose. What do you think would allow you to do that?
So, in order to help someone, you have to help yourself. So for the good part of like my early 20s, I'm 26 by the way, I'm not that old. The good part of my early 20s was just healing. I had a lot of like unresolved trauma and issues mentally that I was told growing up, like, oh, you just gotta swallow it and just keep going. I can't do that. I'm aware now that I can't do that. I pretended for 19 years to just say like, oh, I'm fine, nothing's wrong with me. And then you reach a breaking point where you're just like, nah, nothing's fine, I can't do this. So I just spent a good amount of time healing myself and regulating my emotions and like understanding where I am at a point in time. So I've gotten better now, especially with friends. Like when they're going through it, I'm like an easier person to talk to than I was when I was 20. Because 20, my emotions weren't regulated. I knew like when I was like mentally fucked up, but I just didn't know how to communicate it in a proper way. So now it's like when I'm disappearing for a while, I'm figuring myself out. When I feel like I'm about to break, that's when I'll like vent to Jure or vent to my other best friend and just like have that outlet. But I've noticed for myself, you have to talk about it. So now that I'm at this point in my life, it kind of worked out perfectly because now my niece is heading towards a terminal teenage, I know everything, but I don't know everything stage where she does not understand her emotions.
Yeah.
I'm now like okay, I'm going to need you to talk about it. And I'm not taking no for an answer. And then she'll talk about it. And then she'll feel better. Because most of the time, she'll get so mad about the littlest thing. And I'm like, okay, I understand. But do you see why that is a way bigger than your, like, reaction than you need? Like, do you understand? Like, I try to paint it in, this is your reaction. This was your mom's reaction. Your mom's reaction is based off of how you reacted.
Right.
Not the situation, how you reacted. So that open line of communication with her, and now the open line with my nephew, who is like right around the corner into the terminal teenage stage, it helps me like help them navigate, because my family isn't perfect, and I think right now I'm like the only person that knows how to like talk to them like they're humans instead of talking to them like a child, because they're not children anymore. They're about to be teenagers.
Yeah.
So they just need an outlet. So I feel like now that I have like that tool, is now, okay, how do I get in a position to gain an audience and still be like that helpful sense, or like that comfort person, like, oh, I'm going through it right now, let me just talk to somebody, or listen to somebody or something like that. So I'm working on that part. The healing part, I think I'm good. Still has a little bit of more work to do, but like I'm good overall. I can manage a lot, but yeah.
So fill in the blank for me. When I think of purpose, I think of the song or album blank. You can say a lyric too if that helps, but
I can't pick one song or one album. That's the thing.
you could pick any. It doesn't have to be like that one that sticks out to you and that only defines it. Just you could even think of an artist that kind of gives that vibe.
Honestly, the song that I would say that like defines purpose and like how it feels is the one that I mentioned, "Drifting Through" by Melvito. It's a really good song. It's like a upbeat, slow Afrobeat song, but what he's talking about is like, does the people in my life know that there's stuff in my head that I can't talk about? People are telling me to like keep grinding, and then I will get to where I want to be, but if I don't and I kind of just end it all, would they still like support me? So I feel like that song encapsulates what it feels like to kind of like try to strive for what you want, to your goals and your purpose, but also feeling like, yo, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, I'm lost. Everyone's keep telling me to keep going, keep grinding, but like so much shit is happening. Like, I just lost my job, or my girlfriend just broke up with me, or I'm about to lose my apartment. Like, life's while you're trying to find it. So that song to me got me through like, okay, this is something normal, especially for people who are creative. Like, our minds go 20 miles per hour on a daily. So I overthink every step that I take, especially when it comes to like my creativity. Like, is this the right thing? I have responsibilities. I want to do that. But like, I need to do, I've been thinking about this since I was 16. So it's like trying to navigate that balance. That's what I would say, like the feeling of a purpose. A song that encapsulates being like purposeful and stuff like that. I can't answer that question.
No, that answered it really well. Like,
Oh, that's not.
Yeah. Girl, you're doing good.
Cause I yap.
I know you do. But that was a really good answer. When I think of purpose, I think of All That I Got Is You by Ghostface Killer and Mary J. Blige. You know that song?
I think so, yeah.
And he said a line, and I used to think about, I don't know, I think this is around the time I was watching Wu-Tang when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like, I think I watched it when the last season had came out. And one of the lines in the song is, sometimes I look up at the stars and analyze the sky and wonder if I'm supposed to be here. Why? And that was around the time where I was thinking about doing this, but also I was finishing college and I didn't know what I was going to do after college, because I know what I went to college for, but I was like, do I want to do that? I was working in that field.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, am I supposed to do this? Like, am I just supposed to work for someone forever? Because since I was like 5, I thought I was going to be working for myself.
Right.
So when I was leaving college, I was trying to figure out, like, so I'm really just going to keep working for someone else. It was hard for me to get a job outside of the one that I was currently in. It was hard for me to get interviews, hard for me to get internships, because sadly my school didn't really help in that department.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to figure it out for myself. But that was something I used to think about, like, a lot. Like, why am I supposed to be here? Like, what purpose do I serve on this earth? Like, I fully believe that everybody has a reason for being here.
Oh, for sure.
Even, like, this is going to get so deep and so sad. The homeless people, we have mentioned it a little bit earlier, but I get sad thinking about, like, damn, what were they doing before they ended up in this space? Because sometimes they're born into poverty and they just never get out of it. Sometimes they were doing something great and they kind of slip through the cracks.
Yeah.
So stuff like that makes me think of, damn, like, I know everybody has a purpose, but, like, what would allow someone to be able to make it versus someone that missed it by, like, a hair?
I think it's just like that willpower that I mentioned before.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have to want it, breathe it, live it in some way or form. Like, even if you look at Kai Cenat, how he went from a 15-year-old doing skits. Now he's like one of the biggest streamers. Same thing with his cohort, Speed does the same thing. He reached his success at 16.
Mm-hmm.
So the one thing that they have in common that I've noticed, because I just started getting into like the streamer world of it, is that they knew what they wanted to do and just had like the gall to just go and get it.
Right.
And this is why I said, like, your environment can affect how you do that. While Speed and Kai have, like, really different support systems, Kai's mom, and he said it before, like, she supported me from day one. And she's like, oh, you want to do your skits? Go do your skits. But they, like, were homeless, and they were struggling.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at Speed, who's, like, the total opposite, his mom wanted him to stop. Mm. So for a lot of us, can relate to the fact that, like, your parents think they know what's best based on their life experiences. And when you have that voice in your heart telling you, like, you gotta go get this, I want you to go get this. Depending on what you believe in, I'm spiritual, and, like, my best friend's believes in God and she's religious. That's God telling you. That's your ancestors telling you. That's something telling you, like, hey, this is your path. You need to go get it. And you know it is when had the idea when you're 5 or 10, and now you're 26 and you're still having that same idea. It's time to go get it. Getting to that point is not going to look the same for everybody at all. Like, you can be a Kai Cenat, but you can also be like someone who's just under the radar and can live. But you shouldn't be chasing somebody else's success, saying that too. Like, I want to be a creative person. I want to be a influencer. I don't want to be a Kai Cenat. No.
Right.
Like, at all. That's a lot of attention, and that's a lot of pressure. He handles it well.
He does handle it really well.
And, like,
he's very, like, a extroverted person,
yeah, too. And he puts God first. He says it every single day.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm very religious. I thank God for every single thing. He also gives people their flowers for getting him to where he wants. So I feel like having that mindset got him to where he is. But when you have, like, a mindset of, oh, well, I got this now, I'm the shit, like, no one can tell me shit, the universe has a way of saying, oh, really? I'm gonna take that away from
you. The universe has a way of humbling the fuck out of you. Literally. But yeah, I do really admire that about Kai, because I do remember when he blew up. What video made him blow up? He was in his room and he was doing like his first like vlog or whatever on YouTube, and a roach ran across the
rat.
It was a rat. I thought it was a roach.
That's why they call him Rat Sinat.
I've never heard that.
It's a rat. It's kind of funny now because he's doing his last Mafia-thon. Rats are in there. So I'm like, oh, that's insane.
Rats are in the place that they're staying?
So the house that they're in is like a really rich person's house. He doesn't stay in it, so it's not upkept. So they have like field mice inside the house. But I think of it as like, oh, that's kind of beautiful in a way. Because from like where he started,
like a full circle moment for him.
It's his last Mafia-thon. It's a full circle moment. Like, and you have rats there, but it's in like a $1.3 billion mansion. That's insane to think about it from that point of view.
That is kind of crazy. I didn't know that. Yeah. I haven't been watching the Mafia-thon because I can't keep up with
it's a lot
the streams. I watch the clips that I see though, but it is a lot. I tried to tune in to his first one. But every time I tuned in, it was like nothing happening. I was like, okay, I'm just going to wait. And then I think I tuned in when someone was supposed to come on. They didn't come on. And I got impatient and I left. So, but that is kind of crazy how that's like a full circle moment for him. But yeah, he started out in his bedroom and he had rats running across the screen. But he still put his vision and message out into the world, and people still fucked with him because of his energy and his like tenacity.
Yeah, I feel like everyone has that in them for what they want. Like whether you don't want to be an influencer, that's cool. There's people that, especially in like my office. So I started working in marketing this year. It's my first big girl job.
Period.
My manager was telling me the story of how she started. So she was like, she's Filipino. She started in the office in the Philippines. It was horrible. And like their culture there is like they very much micromanage and belittle and they discipline. That's how she put it. Like they disciplined them. But she kind of like lost the way to do it. But her fiance, who's also in marketing, just in a different type of field, he was in America. So when she moved here to be with him, she started from scratch, from the ground up, and then decided, okay, I'm going to go back. And like she's doing amazing now. So hearing stories like that, or stories like Kai, or stories like even us, because we've been through a lot, and to the point where we got here, it's inspiring, and it kind of makes you realize like, oh, the only thing we really need to trust is like our instincts and our willpower. Like we could do it.
Yeah.
It's just like we gotta block out the noise. That's the hard part because the noise is loud.
Noise is hella loud, especially with like you having like some sort of like imposter syndrome about no one is telling you like, oh, you can't do these things or whatever.
Everyone's telling you can do it.
You can do it, yeah.
But you're telling yourself you can do it. That's the hard part because you're like, how the fuck did I get here?
Right. And then even like with this, like the way you encourage me to like put this vision out into the world, and the way that I would encourage you to do your endeavors like YouTube and your businesses, I think it's so easy to like encourage each other, but we find it a little harder to encourage ourselves. Yeah. I don't know what that's about. But
I figured it out.
Oh, really?
So you know how, I'm not sure who's like listening or watching. You ever had like that person, like whether it's a family member or a teacher, they'll tell you like, hey, you can't do this, you can't do that. Especially at like a young age. You internalize that. And you don't realize it. So what happens is, especially, I'm going to use myself as an example. I was told from the time that I was like 6 up until 13 that I'm lazy. What the adults in my life, especially in the early 2000s, depression wasn't a thing. And they didn't know how to recognize it as a kid.
And Caribbean people
do not recognize it at all. They don't. Like, it took my mom to see me go through it, like, deep in it, for her to be like, oh, depression is a thing.
Right.
So she's So, young me internalized all the bullying, all the naysayers, everything, and I internalized it. So when I want to go get something, they're speaking to me. I'm now getting to the point where, and it took me up until this year. This is not something that I did like in the beginning. No, I didn't realize this until like January of this year. That's why I said like this year is kind of like my fuck it year. Like if I want something, fuck it, I'm gonna go get it. That was just like when it came to the job that I have now. First of all, the message I got from them looked sus as hell, and I was just like, I don't know if I should take this, but in my heart, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's see what happens. If it's a scam, I still have a job. If it's not, I'm about to get a new job. So ignoring the internalized voices is hard, but you have to recognize as it's not your voice. Mm-hmm. It's your bullies from second grade. It's your sister when she was really mad at you. It's your mom when she got pissed off about something else and took it out on you. It's not you. You trust yourself. You have to change the voice of saying, "Oh, you can't do this." "Oh, you're not worth it. Like you don't deserve it." That's not you. You have to recognize that. I was like, "Oh, that's somebody else. Let me ignore that bitch. What am I saying? Right. She's saying go get it. Go get it."
Period. Yeah, mine I think is more like fear-based, but not based on like someone telling me I couldn't do shit. Mm-hmm. Because I'm thankful I had a lot of people in my life that instilled like, oh, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Like you can, if you want to make $1 million, cool. Let's sit down and figure out how you're going to make that $1 million. Like, so I'm grateful for having that type of support system. And I did get bullied, but not in the way of like
detrimental.
Yeah, not that bad. Like I kind of got over that. I'm still getting over it because it kind of still feeds into like my fear of putting myself out there. Mm-hmm. Because when I did, it wasn't always received well or with like open arms. So that's why I think this is kind of like my baby step, but not really a baby step. This is a big ass fucking step to getting over that fear and putting myself out there, because I have to sit in front of the camera. I have to show off who I am and talk my shit, but it's my truth and my stories and mm-hmm. your stories and just our stories. So I think, what was I going to say? Look at this, ADHD. Fuck.
The crazy thing is like anxieties feel like it uses anything as fuel.
It does use anything as fuel.
And I didn't know how to like explain it to people that wasn't going through it or like didn't believe that they were going through it. Because even my other best friend, his name was Aaron, he for years did not think that anxiety was as bad as it was until he started going through it himself. So he thought like, oh, just don't do that. Don't think about it. I'm like, nigga, I can't.
I always think it's so crazy to meet people that haven't experienced anxiety until they finally experience it. But like when they experience it, like this isn't late in life for us because we're in our mid-20s, but like later than other people.
Yeah.
So like you with Aaron, like he hadn't taken it seriously until he experienced it himself. I had a friend, she didn't know what the fuck anxiety felt like. Like anxiety was scared of that bitch. But then she experienced it one day. She was like, oh shit, this is what y'all feel like all the time? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not great.
Like it's literally debilitating sometimes. Because like I can't function because like I'm just going haywire. But it's not like outwardly I look calm as hell because I've been dealing with it for years. Internally, I'm freaking out. My boots are shaking. I don't want to do this.
Literally.
Like I want to go to sleep. Let me ignore it for the day. I can't do that.
Yeah, I literally always want to go to sleep. If I can't have a full blown, because most of the time I'm not in a space where I can panic freely. So I'm exhausted by the time I figure out how to regulate myself enough to be out of whatever space I'm in. But I think this is kind of helping with my anxiety a little bit.
Yeah, because it gives you an outlet.
Yeah, because it gives me an outlet to like get my shit out, and if I want to talk about some shit that made me anxious, I can, because who the fuck gonna tell me otherwise? But then like even when we were about to record, and I was like, fuck it, we just gonna do that shit, and you were like, is this how you hype yourself up? Yeah, I have to hype myself up that way, because otherwise I'm gonna sit here for mad long and keep looking at my notes even though I know what the fuck I wrote, because I wrote it.
No, that's me too. Like now, especially when I first started my job, everything was nerve-wracking. I'm afraid to send an email. I'm afraid to do anything wrong. I don't belong here.
Yeah,
because like For me to get a marketing job out of nowhere, not going to college, not finishing school, not doing anything properly to get there, the amount of jobs that I've gotten just by luck, I'm going to say it's luck. A lot of people say it's hard work. It is a touch of luck, because nothing can explain why a person that was working at a European Wax Center the next month got into marketing.
I mean, when you look at your resume on paper, yes, right? It does seem like, okay, so your last job was being a receptionist at European Wax Center. It's kind of like, why? But I understand why you got that job. I would probably hire you too.
Yeah, because you know me.
Not because I know you. Because of your experience, you know how to sell shit. First of all, you did sales.
Yeah.
You have to sell packages with European Wax Center. You had to sell and help people when you worked in retail. You know how to promote yourself, market yourself on social media.
Yeah.
So I'm not shocked, because you did content for a while before you got this job. It's not shocking. You got to get out of that mindset.
I'm learning how to. Like, I'm saying when I first started, it was like I was nerve-wracking. I was having imposter syndrome. And I just said, every time before I send an email, it's like, I don't know what I don't know. Send an email. And then it's usually fine. I still do it to this day, especially with, like, certain things that pop up with, like, because everything is a crisis with an email. And you have to answer the email. So I format it in the best way I know how. And then I'm like, my manager's at the point where she trusts me to do anything. And she's like, I know you got it. So I'm like, you sure about this? I don't know how to answer this in a way that makes sense. So I just like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't know what I don't know, and send it. And if it's a problem, she'll always say like, hey, next time do this. She hasn't said that to me. So I'm like, all right, there's nothing wrong. It's my anxiety. So I'm just like, okay, I understand hyping yourself up. You have to do that sometimes. Like, you really do. Especially like shooting your shot at like a job, a guy, a girl. It doesn't matter. Just do it.
Yeah. Literally, I'd just be like, fuck it, let's do it. Fuck it, let's do it. What would you tell someone that didn't have an idea of like what their purpose was, or if they couldn't figure out like how to get on the path to finding that?
So for the ones trying to figure out your purpose, my advice to you is like, think about your core values. So for me, the one thing I want to leave this world as is being known as a good person. Because like, I feel like nowadays, especially with social media, everything is for the interpretation when it's not like...
It's not genuine.
Yeah. So you can have someone who perceives like, hey, I'm a great person. In reality, they are so vile. But on social media, they're amazing. I want to be known as a genuine good person through and through, and being unapologetically myself. So when you look inward at your core values, you can sort of figure out what your purpose is in life. For those trying to figure out the path to get there, I'm on the same journey with you. I'm still figuring out, but I feel like whatever deep down, that idea that you have, that nagging idea that just won't go away no matter how much success you reach, that's a path you're supposed to take. Because I'm saying this basically for myself. Like, I wanted to be a content creator since I was 16. I had that idea. I'm 26 now. That's 10 years of like different jobs, different experiences. There has to be a reason why my brain is still telling me to do it. And no, it's not the money, because at 2016, 2015, influencer wasn't really a thing.
Yeah.
Not in the way that it is now.
Right.
So that nagging feeling, is telling you to go get it. Like that, the way that I view it, this is about to get really deep, and I'm sorry if it do. But the way that I view it is like your soul picks your storyline when it chooses you as a vessel. So it chooses every single thing that's ever happened to you, and you'll forget it once you become a vessel. So when you get to a point in life where you get like that nagging feeling, it's because it's in your storyline, and it's something that you have to pursue. Sometimes we do get distracted. Again, life's we fall into paths that we're not supposed to get into, but it's for a purpose. I can't say if it's for a good purpose or a bad purpose. I don't know. I'm not the all-known or anything like that, but I do believe like we have a path that we're supposed to walk. It's our job to trust in ourselves to go and do it. So again, whether you're spiritual like me or you're religious, I say like the key thing to say is like your soul chose something for you. God chose something for you. Follow it. Trust it. Yeah. And when you get that feeling of, oh, I shouldn't be doing it, stop. Just stop. That's your storyline telling you, stop.
Right.
So, yeah, that's the best advice I could give. It might not be like making much sense, but it might make sense later.
Stop second guessing yourself.
Because like not everybody has the same emotional intelligence as me.
Of course.
So if someone's listening to me and I sound like a voodoo princess or something, I'm apologizing for that. But I know what I'm saying is making sense.
No, it makes perfect sense.
So yeah.
I think people that are willing to receive it will internalize it the way that it's meant to be. So whether they have the emotional intelligence for it or not, like if you're willing to sit down and listen or watch this, I think you're someone that's willing to like learn or so I don't think anybody would think you're a voodoo princess.
Oh, you never know.
You don't give off voodoo princess.
That's because I don't put on a show of my spirituality. I hate people that do. Like, oh, I only do this and like, oh, get moissanite and then like your life will change. First of all, don't
Is
buy
that the rock that like
yes. Don't buy that unless you're prepared for your life to go to hell. Like, don't do it.
But I feel like that kind of ties into like my next question for you. That kind of just speeds up the process of getting to where you're supposed to be, right?
It does, but it does it in the most intense way possible. Like if you think your journey to getting to this point was bad, let you have moissanite in your vicinity.
Oh yeah, I would have been here years ago, but it would have been like a lot of stuff like back to back to back.
It would have been like, you know how like everything felt like it was back to back, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
It would have been in the span of a month. That one thing. Then you had something else on top of that. Then something else. And then you got to this point. That will that's going to terrify you. And that's going to like ruin your psyche, low key. Unless you completely trust in it. Like, oh, my life is going to hell right now. But I know it's for a purpose. And then once you lose the moissanite or like somebody else is interested in it, that means like it's done its job. But don't buy the damn rock based on social media. I don't like that. Like social media will have like some sort of crystal like, oh my god, this changed my entire life. Girl, stop. Please. And then people like me who actually practice it, you have a lot of people looking at you as like, oh, this is bad. This is like the devil's work. I'm like, no, this is self-work. That's what you guys don't understand is like spiritualism. I believe spiritualism and religion supposed to be put together. You cannot do one without doing the other. So whether you're like completely spiritual and you're choosing not to, I still receive the word of God. Like if I'm in church to support a friend or like my family's going, I'm listening to the word because I don't know what I can resonate with. I do that with Christianity, Muslim, Jewish. It doesn't matter. I receive it.
Right.
Because it's like a form of messaging to me. I know other people don't. That's fine. A lot of people go deeper into ancestry than I do. I'm not the best at it. So that's what that is. But I do believe like you're supposed to do inner work while also doing like religious work. So while you're getting closer to God, work on yourself. Like, you have to, because you can't just layer God as a Band-Aid. This got into a religious spiel, and I apologize.
Oh, it's fine.
So, yeah, that's what I believe. So, when you're seeing stuff on social media and telling you to do something, please don't be a dumbass and still go do it with no research.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Like, if you want help, ask them or go to, like, a crystal store and talk to them about your experiences. They will tell you, like, hey, you probably don't need this. How about saging, or how about Florida water, or something like that. Mm-hmm. So they will start you off properly.
How about therapy? How about that?
Everyone should go to therapy.
Everyone should go to therapy. I'm very much an advocate for working on yourself and your mental and figuring your shit out. So,
especially in Gen Z, the world's been ending since we were babies. Go to therapy.
No, literally, since we were babies. So I want to ask you, what is something that you are either learning, unlearning, or relearning when it comes to you being on your path to getting to your purpose?
I'm learning how to love myself. Because I think I spent a lot of time hating myself for no reason. And then, especially this year, I realized the only person that's going to have to put up with me for the rest of my life is me. The only person that can love me the way I deserve to be loved is me. Yeah. So if I want that to accept that love outwardly, because I know, like, my friends love me. I know my family loves me. But the only person that can love me unconditionally through, like, all of my phases, because there's some times where I'm, like, the biggest bitch in the world because, like, I'm going through it. The only person that can do that for me is me.
Right.
I can't accept that from other people if I don't accept it from myself. So this year for me has been a journey of self-love because I didn't have it before. And through that, I learned that, like, my confidence is starting to go up. My belief in what I can do in life is starting to go up. So the more I'm learning to love myself, the more that everything is starting to get better and I'm trusting it. So, yeah, that's basically it.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful, bestie. I think for me, something that I am learning is kind of similar to yours, but, like, to give myself grace with, like, the whole process, like, and to also just deep dive into things, even if I'm a little fearful of what the outcome might be, because I don't want to hinder something that could be a blessing for me, like, later on. And if it works out, like you said earlier, it works out. If I have a feeling that I should stop, then I'll stop.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's beneficial to me to not even try. Like, I see that I could potentially end up here if I go this way. But if I go this way, I know I'll have stability for a very long time. But I won't get to that end result as quickly. Mm-hmm. And I think it's a matter of, like, choosing, who said this? Victoria Monet. She did an interview, and someone had asked her, like, if you could take the highway or the streets to get to where you are in your career right now, because her career was, like, she was kind of, like, not underground, but she wasn't mainstream up until recently, like the last 2 years or so, right? So they said, do you want to take the streets or do you want to take the highway? I would take the streets, because it's gonna take you a minute. It could take you 20 minutes on the highway and 40 minutes, an hour with traffic on the streets, but you get to see a lot of things you wouldn't see or encounter if you took the highway.
Yeah.
You're gonna see all the commotion of the people in front of you until you get to your exit, but you're not gonna see that fire ass mural down the block from your house that you never noticed because you went straight to the highway every other day. Or you're not going to see the street fair, the block party that's happening. Like, you're not going to see the great things that could happen on the way to your destination. So I would say just taking in what's going on and being more present in the process instead of being so focused on like the end result.
Yeah, that's the hardest part too.
Yeah.
Because like you want to get to that end result, but you also have to realize all paths leads to the same destination.
Yeah. And also kind of like relinquishing control of like how it like plays out. Because even with this, and I had called you literally yesterday about my content, you're like, I think you should do it like this. And I was like, okay. Like, okay, I trust you. Because obviously I trust you. So, so yeah, just learning to like relinquish a little bit control and being present and trusting the process. Okay, guys, before I go, I want you guys to leave a comment wherever you're listening or watching from. Be each other's support system in this and leave a comment in the comment section. What is one piece of advice you would give to someone that is trying to find their purpose and figure out where they're trying to be at in life? So this is from you to each other. So be thoughtful, be kind, please. Keep it cute.
As Gen Z, gotta stick together.
Period. And yeah, that's all for today. If you guys like this episode, please be sure to like, subscribe, and follow. And be sure to turn on post notifications for all updates. And we're not posting next Tuesday. We're posting the Tuesday after that. So be sure to turn on those notifications for when we do. And yeah, I hope you guys love this episode. You can leave any words of encouragement. You can leave any feedback that you might have. You can DM me if anything. And yeah, that's it. I love y'all. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye, y'all.